Hello dear student, welcome to your 11th session of Laws of Motion. In this session, we'll start new concept called friction. I hope you all are now very much comfortable with laws of motion. This is your last part related to this chapter called Laws of Motion. So I hope you all, my dear student, are aware with all the lectures which we delivered previous, and you will make your proper notes as well. So write down the next topic. It is called friction. So I hope, my dear student, you all are aware with first lecture. In that lecture I already said you friction is nothing but a contact force. So first point related to friction is friction is a contact force. Friction is a contact force which takes place when two bodies are physically in contact with each other. So remember, my dear student, friction is a kind of contact force which takes place if two bodies are physically in contact with each other. First thing. Second thing, lots of time, even in your ninth standard, you will discuss that friction is a opposing force. No, my dear student, friction is not always a opposing force. Sometimes friction is a helping force as well, as only due to friction we are capable to walk. Our bike, our car is capable to move. So remember this thing, friction is not always a opposing force. Friction sometimes acts as helping force. So write down, dear student, first point related to friction. Friction is a contact force. Friction is a contact force which takes place. Friction is a contact force which takes place when two bodies is in physical contact, when two bodies is in physical contact with each other. First point, very important point is this. Remember, my dear student, friction is a force. So if friction is a force, and we all are aware with force is a vector quantity. So if friction is a force, then friction is also a vector quantity. Write down second, as friction is a force, hence it is a vector quantity. Very important point, my dear student. Remember this thing, friction is a force. So as friction is a force, hence it is a vector quantity. Next point, third point, it is, write down third point, friction is always not acts as opposing force. Friction is always not acts as opposing force. Sometime friction is not acts as always opposing force. Sometime it acts as helping force. So my dear student, this is all about relevant concept of friction. First point, friction is a contact force which takes place when two bodies are physically in contact with each other. Second point, as we all are aware with the force is a vector quantity, so friction is also a vector quantity. And third thing, friction is always not a opposing force. Sometimes it acts as a helping force as well, my dear students. So next thing is friction, types of friction. So write down next topic, types of friction. Types of friction. See, my dear student, lots of teachers can tell that friction is of 4 or 5 types. No, friction is only of 2 types. Write down next topic, it is types of friction. Types of friction, and write down friction is of 2 types. Friction is of 2 types. Friction is of 2 types. First type of friction is static friction. Write down, first type of friction is static friction. Static friction. First type of friction is static friction. Static friction. And second type of friction is kinetic friction. Kinetic friction. Kinetic friction. So dear student, remember this thing, very important point again. Friction is basically of 2 types. First is your static friction and second is your kinetic friction. First is static friction and second is kinetic friction. See, by word, static means at rest and kinetic means in motion. So now we'll discuss turn by turn what actually static friction is and what actually kinetic friction is. Before starting in detail about static and kinetic friction, write down a simple note on static as well as in kinetic friction. So static friction, when the body, or we can say particle, is at rest with respect to any surface, then the nature of friction between body and surface is called static friction. Static friction. So remember this thing, very important point, my dear student. When the body, or we can say particle, is at rest with respect to any surface, that is, body is not moving, or we can say particle is not moving on any surface, then the friction between the body, or we can say particle, and the surface on which the particle or body is placed is called what, my dear student? Static friction. Now always remember, dear student, friction is a surface force. The force of friction is applied by surface on the body. Write down in form of note. Write down note. Friction is a surface force. Write down note. Friction is a surface force which is applied by surface, on the body. Friction is a surface force which is applied by surface on the body. So remember, my dear student, now we have 2 different kinds of surface force. First is normal. See, if a block is placed in any surface, then if I am making FBD vertically downward, it is mg, and in upward direction will apply normal. Now see, this normal basically is applied by surface on this block. So normal is nothing but surface force, my dear student. Similarly, friction is always also a surface force which is applied by this surface on this block. And let's suppose the direction of friction is in this side. So remember, my dear student, now we have 2 surface forces. One is normal reaction force, because normal reaction force is a surface force. It is applied by surface on the body. And second is friction. Friction is also a surface force. Either the friction is static or friction is kinetic, Remember my dear student, friction by nature is of two types. One is static and another is kinetic, but both the frictions are surface force. So remember, now we have two surface forces. One is normal reaction force and second is your friction. Moving forward my dear student, we'll discuss in short that static friction takes place when one body is placed and in rest condition on another body. When the body or particle is at rest with respect to any surface, then the nature of friction between body and surface is called static friction. Moving forward, if I am discussing kinetic means in motion. So when the body is in motion with respect to surface, then the friction between body and surface which takes place my dear student is kinetic friction. So I am writing here, when the body or particle is in motion with respect to surface, then the nature of friction between body and surface is called kinetic friction. So remember this thing, when the body or particle is in motion with respect to surface, then the nature of friction between body and surface is called kinetic friction. So conclusion, friction is of two types. First is kinetic friction and second is static friction. Remember, friction is a contact force which takes place if two bodies are in contact with each other. Static friction means when the body is at rest, that is when the body is not performing motion with respect to any other surface, then the nature of friction is called static friction. And if body is performing motion with respect to any other surface, then the nature of friction is, my dear student, kinetic friction. Remember, friction is a surface force like normal reaction force. We know that about normal reaction force. Normal reaction force is nothing but a surface force which is applied by surface on the body. I am making here in form of example. mg is acting vertically downward and normal is acting vertically upward. So mg is applying by block on the surface. We know that every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If block is applying force on surface, then so surface is also applying force on block, and that surface force which is applied by surface on this block is, my dear student, normal reaction force. So this is all about the basic information of friction. Friction is a force, so deal the friction in form of vector, because we know that force is a vector quantity, and friction is basically of two types. One is static friction and another is kinetic friction. Static friction means when the body is at rest with respect to surface, then the nature of friction is static. When the body is in motion with respect to surface, then the nature of friction is kinetic. Static means at rest, kinetic means in motion. Moving forward, now we'll discuss what actually static friction is and what is the basic information of static friction. So write down static friction. Write down static friction. So as we already discussed that static friction is the force of friction which takes place when the body is at rest with respect to other body or with respect to surface. So now we'll discuss in detail about static friction. So write down heading static friction. Static friction. Static friction. So my dear student, static friction is when the, write down, when the body is at rest when the body is at rest with respect to when the body is at rest with respect to the surface on which the body is placed. When the body is at rest with respect to surface on which body is placed, then the friction between body and surface, is called static friction, So remember, when the body is at rest with respect to surface on which body is placed, then the friction between body and surface is called static friction. Now see, my dear student, what actually static friction is. Let's suppose a rough surface is there. In this rough surface, I am placing an object whose mass is m, or we can say on this rough surface I'll place a body whose mass is m. Now see, my dear student, let's suppose I'm applying some force on this body. Let's suppose the value of force is 1 Newton. Now, as we all are aware, we can complete 11 lecture concerned topics which is related to laws of motion. So now we all are aware, if I am applying any force on object, then it is mandatory for body to start performing motion. I am repeating once again. Instead, if you are applying some force on body, then it is mandatory that body performs motion. So I am applying force here in this body. The value of force is 1 Newton. Now see, let's suppose the body is not moving after applying 1 Newton force. As we all know that if we are apply force on body, then body must perform motion. But here what I am saying, I am applying some force whose value is 1 Newton, but due to this force, body is not moving. So we can say, under the action of 1 Newton force, the acceleration of object or body is 0 because body is not performing motion. So what this implies, my dear student? This implies that after even applying force, the body is not performing motion. After applying force, the body is not performing motion. It means there must be some force opposite to direction of 1 Newton which counter this 1 Newton force. And the minimum value of force which will be countered 1 Newton force is 1 Newton. Let's suppose on my body, let's suppose one person is pulling me in this direction, but I am not moving in this direction. What it implies? It implies in this direction the person is applying force, but in this direction some other person will counter that force. That's why I am not moving in this direction or in this direction. So here comes, my dear student, try to understand. I am applying force of 1 Newton, but due to this force, body is not performing motion. So under the action of 1 Newton force, the body is not performing motion. That means the acceleration of body is 0. It implies there must be some force in opposite direction of this 1 Newton which counter this force. I am repeating once again. If due to action of 1 Newton force, the body is not performing motion, it implies there must be some force opposite to direction of this applied force which counter this 1 Newton force. My dear student, that force is basically friction. Remember, that force is basically friction which cannot move due to this force. This body is not capable to move in this direction even in the under action of 1 Newton force. Now see, this object is at rest with respect to surface. So as I already discussed, if the object is if the object is at rest with respect to surface, then the nature of friction must be static. So here comes, my dear student, the nature of friction is to be static, and friction force is opposing this applied force whose value is 1 Newton in opposite direction. Now next point, remember, try to understand each and every concept, because friction is very important, my dear student. In this chapter, friction part is most important part. So see, basically what I am doing, I am applying 1 Newton force. Due to this force, body is not capable to move. So we can say the body is at rest. So there must be some force which counter this 1 Newton in opposite direction. That counter force is nothing but, my dear student, friction. And as we all are aware, if with respect to surface, body is not performing motion, then the nature of friction, dear student, is static. And now check what is the value of static friction. See, I am applying 1 Newton force. This is the force which will be applied by me, but this is not the force which is applied by me. That is friction. Friction is basically applied by surface on this block. And if 1 Newton force is opposing by some other force, what its value, my dear student? Its value must be 1 Newton. So now see, if I am applying 1 Newton force, body is not moving, it means there must be some force in opposite direction who will counter this force. Its value is also equals to 1 Newton. And here we know that the nature, the opposing force is friction, and its nature is static because body is at rest. Now what we will see, I am saying that no, I want to move this block, so let's change the applied force, value of applied force. Now I am applying 2 Newton force. What we will see, my dear student, after applying 2 Newton force? Still body is not capable to move. Still the body is not capable to move. It means still the acceleration is 0 Newton. So what we will see? We will see after even increasing the value of applied force from 1 Newton to 2 Newton, body is not moving. Again, what it concludes? It concludes that the 2 Newton force must be countered by some force in opposite direction. With how much value, my dear student? With 2 Newton force. So still the body is at rest. So the opposing force must be friction, and its nature is static, and its value, my dear student, is 2 Newton. I'll say okay, apply 3 Newton force. Let's suppose after applying 3 Newton force, still the body is not capable to move. What it implies? It implies this 3 Newton again countered by some force. That force is friction, and as the body is not performing motion, so the nature of friction is static, and its value must be 3 Newton. So what we'll see here, my dear student? We'll see here, as we change the value of applied force, the friction value is automatically changing. So what we will say, next point about static friction is static friction is self-adjusting friction. Self-adjusting friction. I am repeating once again. When I am applying 1 Newton force, let's suppose body is not moving. So the value of static friction is 1 Newton. Next, when I'll apply 2 Newton force, still body is not capable to move. So we'll say okay, the nature of friction must be static, who is opposing this 2 Newton force by value of 2 Newton. Again, when I am applying 3 Newton force, still body is not capable to move. So we'll say the body, between surface and body, the nature of friction must be static, and its value is again 3 Newton. So what we'll see? We'll see as we change the value of applied force, the value of friction is automatically changing. This force changes by me, but the force of friction is not changing by me, my dear student. This is basically changed by itself. So we'll say static friction is self-adjusting friction, and its value is changes as the value of applied force is changing. Its value is changing. Its value is changing as we change the value value of applied force. Remember my dear student, static friction is basically self-adjusting friction and its value is always equals to the value of applied force. See here, when I am applying 1 Newton, the value of friction is 1 Newton. When I am applying 2 Newton, the value of static friction is 2 Newton. When I am applying 3 Newton force, the value of static friction is again 3 Newton. So we'll say the value of static friction is equal to value of applied force, So again this point is very important my dear student. Remember this thing, if the body is at rest with respect to surface, then as you change the value of applied force, the value of friction is automatically changing. If you are applying 1 Newton force, the value of friction is 1 Newton. If you are applying 2 Newton force, the value of friction is 2 Newton. If you are applying 3 Newton force, the value of friction is 3 Newton. So my dear student, I am changing this value. I am not at all changing this value. This value is changing by itself. So we can say that static friction is, my dear student, self-adjusting friction. As we will change the value of applied force, the value of static friction is changing automatically. The value of friction is changing automatically. And what we conclude with this concept? We'll conclude with this concept that the value of static friction is always equals to value of applied force. Now next point, see my dear student. When the applied force is 1 Newton, the value of friction is 1 Newton. When the applied force is 2 Newton, the value of static friction is 2 Newton. So what we'll see? We'll see the value of friction is changing continuously by change the applied force. So we'll say the nature of static friction is kind of variable force. So next point about static friction is the static friction is variable force. The static friction is variable force. Its value changes by change in applied force. Dear students. So again this point is also very important, that if we are changing the value of applied force, the value of friction is changing automatically. When I am applying 1 Newton, if body is not in motion, then friction is 1 Newton. I am applying 2 Newton, body is not in motion, then friction of nature is static and its value is 2 Newton. When applying 3 Newton force, if body is not moving, means the acceleration of body is 0. It means the nature of friction must be static and its value is 3 Newton. So what we'll see? We'll see we are changing the applied force. Static friction changes by itself. So static friction is nothing but self-adjusting friction. Its value is continuously changing. So this force of friction is kind of variable force of friction. Next step, my dear student. Let's suppose when I'm applying 4 Newton force, let's suppose now the body is ready to perform motion. Repeating once again, my dear student. Till 3 Newton applied force, body is not moving, means the nature of body is at rest, so the friction between surface and body must be static. Let's suppose now I am applying 4 Newton force. So when I am applying 4 Newton force, let's suppose the body is now ready to move. Still not moving but ready to move, as after 4 Newton force, if I am applying 5 Newton force, then the body starts performing motion. So this 4 Newton force, until 4 Newton force, the body is at rest, my dear student. But after changing the value of 4 to 5 Newton, let's suppose on applying 5 Newton force, the body starts performing motion. So if after applying 4 Newton force, if I am applying 5 Newton force, then let's suppose body starts performing motion. In that situation, the nature of friction changes. because we know that if the body starts performing motion with respect to surface, then the nature of friction is not static, then the nature of friction is static, kinetic between the surface and body. I am repeating once again, try to understand my dear student. When I am applying 4 Newton force, what we'll see body is not moving under the action of 4 Newton force, but now the body is ready to move. Under application of 4 Newton force, the body is not performing motion, dear student, but yes, body is ready to start performing motion. I am repeating once again. Under the action of 4 Newton force, the body not comes in motion, but yes, body is now ready to start performing motion. And if body is now ready to start performing motion, that time we'll say this 4 Newton force is maximum value of static friction. This 4 Newton is maximum value of static friction, because after 4 Newton applied force, when I am applying 5 Newton, body starts performing motion, means body starts accelerating. So if body starts accelerating, my dear student, then no more static friction is there, because we know that if body performs motion with respect to the surface, then the nature of friction between body and surface is kinetic. So what we'll say? We'll say this 4 Newton force is basically that force in which body is now ready to start performing motion, not in motion, but ready to start performing motion. So till 4 Newton we can say body is at rest. So between body and surface, the nature of friction must be, my dear student, static, but that value of static friction is maximum, because after 4 Newton force, if I am applying 5 Newton force, body starts performing motion. And if body starts performing motion, it means no more static friction is there. Now the friction between surface and body is kinetic. So we'll say this 4 Newton force is maximum value of static friction, and this maximum value of static friction, my dear student, is called limiting friction. We'll give the name. This is not another type of friction, my dear student. Limiting friction is not a type of friction. It is the maximum value of static friction. So maximum value of static friction is called limiting friction. Limiting friction. Remember, limiting friction is not a type of friction, dear student. It is basically the maximum value of static friction. So write down, please write down the definition of limiting friction. It is the maximum value of static friction. It is the maximum value of static friction. Now see, when I am applying 1 Newton, body is not moving, so static friction is 1 Newton. When applying 2 Newton, body is not moving, so static friction is 2 Newton. When I am applying 3 Newton, body is not moving, so static friction is 3 Newton. When I am applying 4 Newton, still body is not moving, my dear student, but yes, body is now ready to move. If I am applying 5 Newton, body starts performing motion. But till 4 Newton, body is not performing motion. But yes, on applying 4 Newton force, the body is now ready to start motion, and that basically friction is called maximum value of static friction, which is called limiting friction. So see, the value of static friction is different. By changing the applied force, the value of static friction is changing. But see, my dear student, limiting friction has constant value, one fixed value, that is 4 Newton, which is maximum value of static friction. So in second point, we'll say limiting friction is a constant friction whose value is fixed. Write down, limiting friction is a constant friction. Limiting friction is a constant friction whose value is fixed. Limiting friction is a constant friction. Limiting friction is a constant friction. limiting friction is a constant friction whose value is fixed. Whose value is fixed. So my dear student, limiting friction is not a kind of friction. It is just the maximum value of static friction. So clear on your mind that when we are talking about limiting friction, it never means that it is a new kind of friction. No, it is the friction which takes place when the body is at rest. But yes, this is the maximum value of static friction. This is the maximum value of static friction. After crossing the maximum value of static friction, body starts performing motion. So if body starts performing motion, then what it implies? It implies now the body is in motion. So the nature of friction is kinetic. So remember, there are two things. One is static friction and other is maximum value of static friction. Static friction is basically variable force of friction. Why? Because it changes its value by changing the applied force. If applied force is 1, body is not moving, the static friction is 1 Newton. If applied force is 2 Newton, body is not moving, so static friction is 2 Newton. But yes, one fixed value of static friction is called limiting friction. So limiting friction is a constant friction whose value is fixed. And remember, limiting friction is also on that time when the body is at rest. But yes, after achieving limiting friction, if we'll change the applied force, then body starts performing motion. That time the nature of friction between surface and body is kinetic friction. So I hope you all understand all about the basic information of friction. So write down next, that is kinetic friction. Write down next point, that is kinetic friction. So kinetic friction is that friction which takes place when the body is in motion with respect to surface. So there is kinetic friction. Write down the friction which takes place between surface and body. The friction which takes place between surface and body when the body is in motion. When the body is in motion with respect to surface. The friction which takes place between surface and body when the body is in motion. The friction which takes place between surface and body when the body is in motion with respect to surface. And my dear student, remember, kinetic friction is also a constant friction. Kinetic friction is also a constant friction. It carry only one value, my dear student. So three things are there. One is static, one is kinetic, and one is limiting. Kinetic friction is constant friction whose value is fixed. Static friction is again a variable friction whose value is not fixed. Its value changes by change in applied force. Limiting friction, maximum value of static friction, and its value is fixed. So my dear student, for today it's all about basic introduction of friction. In next class, we'll proceed with all the topics related to friction. I'm repeating once again, dear student, friction is very important part related to laws of motion. In any competitive exam, friction is most important part. So please update each and every day related to topics. Please prepare your notes properly, go through the video, try to visualize the concept, try to understand the concept so that you will capable to relate with lectures. Thank you so much, my dear student. In next class, we'll discuss about more related to friction. So thank you so much. Take care. Study hard. Stay safe.